pleasure to meet y'all at last. I've come back here. Why is that? After taking about a week off. I probably pretty much deserve that break. But anyways, now that I've come back with even more questions than ever right now. And so now is the time for me to start answering them. Otherwise, there's just going to be a good point in time in which that I might have some disappointment on my hands. And that would not be necessary. So I've come back and I've got myself several questions right now, but I'm going to have one answer for each episode of Why Is That? Just like I have been. Every other episode I've done so far, I've answered one question per episode. And that's just what the byline was for the whole series by far. But today's question, we got ourselves two YouTube commenters. They sent me private messages, and I guess it's acceptable for now, but pretty soon I'm gonna have to consider not letting them private message me anymore. For anybody who wants to submit Why Is That questions, try not to private message me from this point forward. But for these two guys, they sent me private messages a few days back. That's probably acceptable for now. Anyways though, they both asked me the same question, but with different wording of course, because otherwise it would be plagiarism from each other. Their question was, why is that you sometimes take much more time to edit your videos? Well, the purpose of me taking more time to edit certain videos is because, well, there's a lot of editing that I usually do for my videos today. Whereas with back then, with videos that I've had these last 4, 6, 7 years, I have, well, not had too much skill with editing, but nowadays, since I do have lots of skill editing, and I have been doing a lot of editing on my videos for these last 5 years or so, I feel more confident now that I could try to upgrade my software even to a higher end, a much expert level type of software of which, but that might have to come later because all I have right now is Magix Movie Edit Pro 2016, and that I bought more than a year ago. So from this point forward, it's just going to be Magix Movie Edit Pro 2016, even though it's 2018, and I probably will consider upgrading to the 2019 version within the next year, though it might be a little more expensive in contrast to Movie Edit Pro 2016, which was at half price, $49.99. It was at the time I bought it last summer. It's definitely an upgrade over to something like Windows Movie Maker 2012, which that piece of software was almost garbage. And then I had Filmora Video Editor, which is the 2014 edition, yet that didn't work so well either, because there were certain skills and sets that I had to have in place, because Filmora seemed to be one of those that were suitable for more expert level software users out there, and I just wasn't ready for that yet. But now, since Magix Movie Edit Pro 2016 had given me more than enough experience that I needed, I could say that I could try to go back to Filmora, but considering how Filmora, the one that I used, was a 2014 version, not one of today's versions, I might have to find out later to see if there is a 2018 version of Filmora or even a 2019 version. I could try to go back to that, but then again, I mean, Magix Movie Edit Pro 2016 has a lot more things that I have been able to use. I've used a lot of transitions, I've used a lot of effects, I've used a lot of coloring, I've used sliders in which that just change the hue, saturation, the gamma on photos nonetheless. And of course, there's also the time in which that it can accept MP4 files. MP4 files was something that it can accept. Although, there's actually one big drawback to Magix Edit Pro Edition software. You cannot put in GIFs. That's right, GIF files. GIF files, of which are the type that contain a GIF, which is a moving picture. Sometimes has a subtitle in it representing what the GIF is doing. GIF files are something that you cannot put on the Magix Edit Pro software. And that's pretty disappointing considering all the other software that I've had, which it allows me to edit my videos. It would allow me to also put in GIF files, as well as some other files out there that are not so commonly known, yet they still work. JPEGs, AVIs, AVI files also may not be accepted towards Magix Movie Edit Pro software of any type, because at one point I did try to create my own Vine compilation, and that just seemed to not work well. Back in April 2018. But I am going to find a way to convert all my Vine files into a file that's acceptable for Movie Edit Pro software. And I'm just, well, there's just a few drawbacks to it, but other than that, there's pretty big upsides to the Movie Edit Pro 2016 software that I currently own. But since, well, this software seems to be a lot better than even all of the other software that I've used over the last 10 years, it's safe to say that the 2019 version would be a relative upgrade that could really help me even further towards pursuing my YouTube career. And not only that, there's also a bigger opportunity that could lie ahead with Edit Pro software that would just allow me to really gain expertise and possibly make me become an editor of any type for any corporation, really. Though an editor is not exactly my type of career that I'm willing to just go straight up forward and go to college to have some expertise on, to get a skill as an editor, to earn myself a degree as an editor. Well, editor is just not really my critique of career of any sort. But for now, though, there's probably just a lot more than the software that goes into the answers to the question. Why do I take more time to edit my videos is the bigger portion of the question. Now, I put in more time to making some of my videos because if you've seen the vlog based on me reacting to the Snickers commercial featuring Elton John, then, well, you'd pretty much get the idea that I would have spent days editing that video, because I've had to take several days just to do filming alone. And that's because there was a lot of barricades and blockades preventing me from getting the shots that I needed to complete the video. Of course, there were the shots of me running outside, there was the shots of me sitting in the tub with my clothes on, and there was also the shots of me crying over the fact that, well, I had just witnessed the worst commercial ever made in history. No pressure, though, because that was just so awful. I could not bear to actually want to see it again, because every time it does end up on the television, then I've just straight up shut off the television or even fast forward it away from the commercial, because no way am I going to watch that again. No. One of my favorite singers of all time just gets transformed into a freaking rapper, all thanks to a Snickers bar. Now that was just really disappointing, but anyways, I did spend plenty of time working on that particular video, and it took me a little more than 6 days to complete. And perhaps if there weren't all these blockades, these roadblocks, anything that stood between me and the completion of that video, then I probably would have gotten it done sooner, because I've analyzed it. If I just non-stop worked on that whole thing without even taking a break, then I probably would have gotten it done in a little less than 3 hours. However, though, there's the catch, because there's a lot more YouTubers out there that I've seen, and they take way longer on their YouTube videos. Whereas with me, I've got more than enough expertise to outclass them because the way I edit my videos on Magic's Movie Edit Pro 2016, it is so easy for me to do now. I could get a vlog video done in less than 15 minutes. I can have it done and upload it in that particular amount of time. The average vlogs that I have are usually somewhere between 9 minutes and 27 minutes, and it takes me even shorter than that amount of time, 9 minutes that is, to edit the video and have it uploaded. Because all I need to do is to have myself a fade into the video at the very beginning. You just drag the fade in part and it just goes in across like this. That shows you that you're fading into the film. And then there's one that goes like this, which I do at the end. That means you're fading the black. And then there's this picture right here that usually follows from that point in the video. Very end of the vlog, signified by me with this picture here, with all that good stuff. And of course, it also gives you the opportunity to check out some of my other vlogs, or even any other videos that I've done within the last 3 days or so. Well, the 2 videos that were prior to the current video is usually what I put in for those 2 videos that go into that portion of the video. And usually when I have that picture in there, as well as the 2 links to 2 certain videos that I have that were released to my channel prior to the current video that I have uploaded, I usually put in music to just liven up the scene. But then once again, it cuts away to black eventually, because I can't just have it sit around long enough to, because copyrighted content still is just sort of, it's just an unbelievable time nowadays. Because copyrighted content is just not gonna, well, it's not always gonna be safe for you to use, because even though some people just tend to say that you can't use up to 30 seconds of a particular song, I still don't necessarily have trust in that. I have been told about that dozens of times. I can use up to 30 seconds of a particular song on any of my videos, yet I still don't trust that. So instead, I usually sit anywhere from between 11 to 16 seconds in the end portion of the video with this photo here. Any song from my iTunes library or even my Google Play library I could choose, and this way, well, because I'm a real adventurous spirit in the world of music. No rap, no hip-hop, no metal, no none of that. Anyhow though, the real big answer to the question is that I just make my vlogs as great as possible. Because, well, I'm already at the expertise level of an expert level YouTuber. But the one thing I'm probably missing would be animated intros and outros. That I would have to find another piece of software to use to make something like that on any of my videos. But until then, I still got Magic's Movie Edit Pro 2016 to use, and this way I do have the expert level of any expert level YouTuber out there who has expertise in editing and the like. And there's also the case of me putting out a lot of special effects, audio and visual. It wouldn't matter which one would be which, but no matter what I put on my videos, I make sure to have it done in a fashionable way. Really, really fashionable. I try to make it look as cleanliness as possible. I try to adjust it to the part of which that it would be very, very clean, and it would be very neat looking, and it would also impress others out there. They would love my editing skills and so on and so forth. There's also the case of which that, well, later on that, well, I have been getting reports saying that the software is now considered outdated and that I should upgrade to it. But considering how my finances are just being in check and I'm making sure that they stay in check, I am going to do what I can to, well, avoid it for a little while longer. So this would mean I'm going to continue to use the older software for a little while longer, and I probably won't upgrade it for at least 10 months. That could probably be the bottom line of all that. But anyways though, if you want to see more, go down to Why's That and all of my channels and so forth. You can comment down on my editing skills and anything else, you could also submit WiseDat questions on the comment section below. But again, private messaging will no longer be an option, considering how these two guys, well, they both private messaged me, and that wouldn't be necessary anymore. So you can just tweet me, or you can put your question down in the comment section below in any of my videos. Doesn't matter which one it is. But you can also like, subscribe. Well, I just say comment. Follow me on social media and stay on the Hollywood side.